Hello and thank you for joining us on the Wednesday edition of Journalist Hangout. I'm Ayodele Ozubakun. Today on the program, tension in BENUE State following killing of most wanted militia leader Gana by the army as Kaduna kidnappers kill abducted policeman, NCDC official and 14-year-old girl after 13 days in captivity. Former Zamfara State Governor Abdulaziz YARI expresses readiness to reconcile with Kabiru Marafa and others, says some of them are, however, already serving the PDP administration. And later on the show, Journalist Hangout Midweek Special is on the ongoing construction of Penn Cinema flyover in Lagos. I'll be hanging out with Babajide Kolade Otitoju and Wale Adeoye will be joining us via Skype. So if you're ready, let the Hangout start now. Thank you for staying with us. It is said that every day is for the thief, but one day of all days is for the owner. So it has been for the hide-and-seek game involving the Nigeria Army and the most wanted militia leader in BENUE State, North Central Nigeria, Tawashi Akwasa, popularly called Gana, after placing a bounty of 5 million naira on him in 2018, which was increased to 10 million naira, and subsequently 50 million naira. Gana was finally killed by the army, and tension in the air. Tension is in the air in that particular area. In Kaduna State, northwest Nigeria, some kidnappers, in sheer display of daredevilry, killed their victims after holding them in captivity for 13 days. The victims included a policeman, NCDC officer, and a 14-year-old girl, all residents of Chikun local government area in the state. This is very, very bad. Judy, let's go to this Tawase guy. It's not looking good because no matter what he has done, no matter how he has inflicted terror on the people of that area, he deserves to have his day in the court of law and stand trial and go through, the proper process, not to be killed in an extrajudicial way. We saw what the killing of the leader of Boko Haram did to this country in 2009. The head of Boko Haram was killed, and it was actually arrested by the military and was handed over to the policemen. And the policeman said he attempted to flee and he was killed in that attempt. But findings after that time showed otherwise. So this is the same situation. What would have led to the military executing this man, extrajudicially?
Well, I can't explain the conduct of soldiers, but at least we can talk about what transpired, because the story the army gave us is that there was a firefight. We were not there.
Was it after his arrest?
After his arrest, okay. What happened was the governor of the state was under tremendous pressure from stakeholders in Sankira area of the state. Sankira is made up of 3 local governments. That's the former local government that constituted the House of Reps constituency of Senator Suswam. He was the House of Reps member from 1999 to 2007. So those local governments are Ukum, Katsina, Ala, and Ukum, Katsina, Ala, and I will remember. Okay. I can't remember the third local government. I think Logo. Logo. That is where Senator Suswan comes from. So they asked the governor to do a second amnesty, because after the first amnesty, Ghana went back to killing people. He in fact killed the senior special advisor on security to Governor Otom. That one was a retired police officer. He was giving him problems. He was trying to stop them from kidnapping for ransom and all that. So he decided to kill the man. So he went back to criminality. So when the killings continued, and of course you know that Zaki Biam local government, Zaki Biam town is part of Ukum local government. I think Ukum local government shares border with Taraba. So apart from controlling the Katsina Ala area, he also drifts into Taraba to go and kill people, to commit all kinds of crime. So they apply pressure on the governor and mandated Senator Suswam to go and talk to the governor to agree to a fresh amnesty. Now, the governor was reluctant, but ultimately he said, okay, if the youths agree to lay down their arms and Ghana also agrees to lay down his arms, then he will be prepared to listen to those, because the killings continued in that area, you know. So the governor decided that they must surrender their arms on or before September 8, 2020. So the youth, about 171 of them, led by Ghana, the leader of the militia group, decided to lay down their arms. They now went to Katsina Ala Stadium, the township stadium, the traditional ruler of the area, of that Sankera community. That's how they call those three local governments. The traditional ruler was there to receive him, and they brought their weapons.
An elaborate peace pact.
Yes, the three local
Amnesty,
government chairmen,
yes.
the three local government chairmen from those three local governments, they were also in attendance, and two clerics who were meant to preach to them on the need for, yes,
from that area.
Yes, they were all there. Of course, a former ambassador of Nigeria to Mexico was also part of the people who pushed for this second amnesty in the hope that it will stop the killings. So the governor agreed. Now, the three local government chairmen, including the local government chairman of Ghana, because Ghana is from Katsina Ala.
It's from that area.
Yes, from Katsina Ala, you know. So the three of them were to accompany the youths and Ghana to Makudi.
To go and meet with the governor.
To go and meet with the governor so that they can officially surrender those weapons. They had their weapons with them, which they also displayed. There are even videos of the event in Katsina Ala already. You know, so they were supposed to move from there.
Had already begun.
It had begun. It first began with seeing face to face with those traditional rulers and all that. So from that moment, then they began to head towards
Makudi,
state
capital.
State capital. It was on the when I think around Boko, as we were told, there was the army blocked the road with a long vehicle, so they could not advance. Then those Ghana was inside a Hilux van with his own local government chairman. So they were asked to come down, and then the army took Ghana away, arrested some of his men.
Without no communication of what is happening on ground.
Now, what I was made to understand was that, look, the amnesty that the governor wanted to give had not taken off. The amnesty would take off when you've had that event and all that. So the military, because Ghana had killed a lot of their men, so the military decided to move before that amnesty was instituted. Once they heard that it was going in that direction, they took action. Whether after they arrested these men, they decided those guys tried to fight back, we wouldn't know. But this is what happened.
It was already on their radar.
From time.
Yes.
It was not the governor of BENUE that put a bounty on his head. It was the federal government. You understand? It was the federal government. But the governor of BENUE too was supporting the military to get this guy because he killed the senior special assistant on security. You read on the internet that, oh, he was a friend of Governor Governor Otom and all that. But the PDP was roundly defeated in Katsina, and it was this man that installed some of the people who won election there. In fact, one of them was his man. He's facing kidnap charges now, even after he won the House of Assembly election. So this is the situation.
Wale Adeoye, we have a situation that, this is very, very difficult to handle. If it's not properly, if the situation is not taken care of properly, handled properly, it could degenerate.
Yes, I think we have a situation where somebody has brought sorrow, pain, and tears to so many homes in BENUE and Taraba State. So I believe so many people in that area wanted him off the stage. He was given amnesty the first time. He went back into the bush and started killing people. Pure armed banditry. He's not guided by any ideology, whether he's fighting for any cause or not. He's just a common criminal. So one can appreciate the reason why the military, out of thinking about what he has done to them, that he just have to take him off the stage. I don't think killing him will lead to any major crisis that cannot be subdued.
Okay.
There may be some, uprising and all that, but then I think a majority of people in Taraba State and BENUE State are happy that a hardened criminal that has brought them so much sorrows on unjustifiable claims, even killing of children and mothers. I think many of them are in support of the fact that this guy has been taking a surgical operation has been performed to take him off the stage. And I believe that since they have arrested some other people with him, they will interrogate them and get more information from them, the sources of their arms, if there are people that are also supporting them who are important people in the society, so that they can encircle them and then permanently, extinguish this deadly and ruthless armed bandits. So I think it's a lesson for everyone that no matter how vicious you are, no matter how you think you can hide for a very long time, at the end of the day, you are going to pay the supreme price. He lived by the sword, and it's not surprising that it's also, he died by the sword.
Unfortunately, Babajide, the quantum of ammunition that these guys have access to, it's mind-blowing. I don't know, where do they get it from? We don't license ammunition in Nigeria, and the licensed ones that the
ones are just for hunting.
For hunting and so.
But we are talking about dangerous firearms. They have weapons
that they can confront.
And there are forests. There are forests. They've been looking for him for 5 years. For 5 years, they've been looking for him. So, and they couldn't lay their hands on him until he came out with the intention of surrendering to the authorities and lay down his weapons. That's why the governor is shocked, because the governor said that even in war, once somebody raises up his hand and he lays down his weapon, by the Geneva Convention, you are not permitted to kill, So, but that's what has happened now. If it was an operation that they launched and they got him right there, nobody will complain. People will even jubilate. But when someone makes up his mind that he wants to
lay down his hand,
that he wants peace, and you chose that moment to take him out, there's no way people will not complain. I've read a lot of tweets, people saying, why now? Why now? Of course, we also do not know. And with the military too, must be thinking that this guy is not the sort of person to be taken seriously. That before, he said he was going to embrace amnesty, but he went back to killing people. So I'm sure that even when they started hearing stories that, there's going to be a second amnesty, based on pressure from traditional rulers and stakeholders in that area, whose people were being killed, they must have felt, this same person.
We can't rely on him.
Yes, he may go back to killing people, and it is our own people that will be told to go and defend all of those areas. So the military has paid They paid with their lives so many times. Either Boko Haram attacks or even armed banditry in the north central and Kaduna, especially, that is so ill reputed for armed banditry now. But it still doesn't permit the kind of action that was taken, except if indeed it was a kind of exchange of fire that happened. We have to be careful as a country. The reputation that people have of us is that there is a lot of extrajudicial killings in our country. Look at I think the second to the last time that those of our robbers appeared in court. You know, they were asking for their colleagues, that they said to kill their colleagues in detention. They had the guts to even ask the judge. They said, where are our colleagues? Gone. And what Amnesty International will see this kind of thing now and jump on it. And so it's not a good thing. But by and large, when you imagine the terror that Ghana constituted, then you tell yourself that the fate that befell him was the sort of fate that he deserved. Zaki Biam has one of the largest yam markets in West Africa, but he continued to terrorize them. There was an occasion that he stormed that yam market and killed 15 persons. So that is being removed from the scene. A lot of people will be happy, but the happiness will be greater if the remnants of his boys can be contained and they don't constitute the sort of nuisance that Boko Haram now constitute to the rest of us.
Okay, I have a caller on the line. Sebastian is calling us from Abuja. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening, my brother.
Good evening, Sebastian.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jide and your colleague in the studio.
Thanks.
It happens that I came from I'm from BENUE State.
Okay.
And if anybody told you that there's any tension around the Sankrasis, that person is not telling the truth.
Okay.
The reason is this. If you travel to Sankara, Aziz, especially if you are a stranger, they know everybody. They will take you immediately. They will kidnap you. Insecurity everywhere. And it's caused by this the same Ghana. So if anybody tell you that there's any tension, there's jubilation.
So you are happy?
I am happy, not only me, the entire BENUE State, except the people that have they are fighting for their own selfish interest. The people that have the bad mind. Any person that fear God know what this young man caused in BENUE State.
Sebastian, are you there?
I'm with you.
Now, the tension is on whether there could be a backlash from the remnants of his boys. That is the tension. Because even me, I'm in touch with BENUE. I know the terror that this guy constituted. It's not as if it's a kind of piece of the graveyard.
Everywhere.
You don't know whether those boys that are left, the people, the remnant of Ghana's group, could still constitute a threat. That is the fear that people have. If you have not taken them out completely, can they still constitute a threat? That is what people are saying.
Okay, we lost Sebastian.
Yes, but not that people are not
regardless,
happy.
Yes, they can be happy, but we cannot advocate for extrajudicial killing.
No, we can't. Not on this program.
He's
we can't do it.
He's
We
there
can't
to
do
the
it.
law.
It's even,
No matter how.
see, no matter how
Yes,
terrible you
people,
can be,
must
you should be
face
brought
the
before
process.
the law.
Yes.
You know? And you know, when these things happen, people will start drawing comparisons. That the same army that came up with Operation Safe Corridor for Boko Haram terrorists, you know, and allowed them to be, they decided to give them amnesty, give them freedom, and even integrate them back into the society. There's a place in Gombe where they train former Boko Haram members. So people will ask the question. They are all criminals, they are all killers of people. So if you can allow Boko Haram people to get amnesty, to the point that even the senator representing Borno South,
Ali
Ndume, complained that you didn't take care of victims. You are taking care of Boko Haram men. You are
budgeting money.
You are spending money to rehabilitate them,
to de-radicalize them.
He is just a terrorist like them too. So these little things, when they happen, they prompt all kinds of reactions and comparisons and all that, because I've been on the internet, I can see what people are saying. So it's not like people are not happy. Of course, the victims of this man, if your family member was killed by Ghana,
you will jubilate.
You will jubilate.
That's yes.
The victims will jubilate.
That's come to justice.
Yes, that justice, whether any form, they will jubilate. But there's a form of justice that is not permitted. You know?
As the states.
When America went into another country to kill Bin Laden, the world said it was wrong. You violated the sovereignty of another country. You go and take out the number one terrorist in the world. It still doesn't make it right.
I have Ndubisi on the line. Thank you for joining us, Ndubisi.
Oh, thank you, my dear.
All right, go ahead.
Yes. I wonder what is happening with our security people. Why do they keep mismanaging every circumstance they get, you know, to kind of nip a particular crime on the board? Now, this is an opportunity. If you terribly need this young man, why not put him before the court? By so doing, you go far or deeper in getting even to the roots and the tap roots of this young man. Now you have wasted him. You have wasted an opportunity to clamp down on some of his boys or some of his foot soldiers. The likelihood is that some of these cheap young men will still constitute a serious menace to the society around that place.
Thank you, Ndubisi. Thank you for your contribution, Ndubisi. We'll take this break now. When we come back, we'll talk more. It's still Journalist Hangout. Please stay with us. Don't go away. Welcome back. It's your multi-award winning program, Journalist Hangout, reaching you live here from TVC News. And we are looking at the abduction and the killing of Tawashi Akwaza, the man popularly called Gana. Cyril Abako is joining us. Cyril, now this has happened. The bounty of 2 million, 5 million, and 10 million was placed. And for 5 years, he kept terrorizing that local government, Katsina Land local government.
And the fact is, Tawashi Akwaza, popularly known as Gana, he is dead. It would have been happier if we were able to take him through what I would have called the procedure of the law. That way, we would have been able to contain the situation. What we've done now is, I think the Bible says that strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. They have struck the shepherd. The sheep have scattered into what we really don't know what they scattered into now. But it appears that you've ended up creating Ganas in many other people. The reason is that somebody who has surrendered, we understand that he has committed some crimes, it's fine, but somebody who surrendered was in company of local chiefs, his LGA chairman. In fact, we saw that he had surrendered in Katsina. They were now on their way to, and they were now on their way to Makurdi for the full ceremony. He is now arrested, and we hear that there was a firefight.
If there was.
That there was a firefight. That was, that's official claim. There was a firefight, and that it was a firefight that was killed. I think somebody has made a mistake somewhere, and I do pray that we don't reap this thing too. When they say you sow the wind and you reap the wild wind, I hope that we don't end up reaping what we reaped with the founder of Boko Haram. What's his name now? Mohammed
Yusuf.
So this is clearly was a mistake. What should have happened is that he should have been given the benefit of the doubt, go to government house. Government would have given him the amnesty. Then we would have talked about finding a way to resolve the issues that have been underlying. But to waylay this man, this way, it looks to me like the state itself has elevated jungle justice to become an instrument of policy. And I think it's a mistake and it's wrong.
Now, finally, let me take you, Jide, let me take you to Kaduna. That the daredevil kidnappers there still, you know, when you have the effrontery to hold a policeman in captivity, you have the guts to do that to NCDC, and at the end of it all, you still have to kill a 14-year-old girl. And that's this Chikun local government. Those guys must be animals.
Chikun local government, Igabi local government, Brinengwari. There are 6, 7 Kajuru. All of those areas are not safe. Then, of course, you are talking about the Kaduna-Abuja highway. It's still not safe. If anybody tells you that that highway is safe, that person is a very dishonest person. They are still kidnapping people on that highway. In fact, in a particular day, they kidnapped up to 50 persons.
50?
To show you that security has collapsed in our country. That they will get hold of 50 persons.
50.
What is going on? What's wrong with us? You know? So we have to be decisive. I was reading about a very brilliant Air Force officer that was killed in Brinengwari, you know, while serving his country. Bandits think that Nigeria belongs to them now. And we must do whatever it takes to save our people who are being slaughtered in Niger State, who are being slaughtered in Brinengwari, who are being slaughtered in those local governments in Kaduna State. We've got to save our people. We've got to go to Katsina and say enough is enough. We've got to go to Zamfara because despite 2 amnesties now in Zamfara, the bandits are still killing people in Zamfara. Whoever tells you they are not killing people is a liar. They are still killing people. It's still happening.
The amnesty is not working, apparently.
When this guy was killed, Buhari Ndaji was the leader of the bandits in Zamfara State. When he was killed, that was the man that the governor of Katsina State had that meeting with. Yeah, the one who was carrying a gun near the governor. When he was killed, we thought trouble had ended. But his boys have taken over. So sometimes when you take out the leader, it doesn't necessarily mean that the thing has ended. To imagine that simply by doing that you've ended the whole conflict is very naive. We shouldn't even be thinking like that. Let's address the problem from the
Some of these people will think that, okay, we've decided to toe the path of peace by giving ourselves to amnesty. And in the process, they took their leader out. But then we have no sympathy for anybody. We have no sympathy for them.
Oh, it's a criminal, and he deserved
anyhow.
Deserved to die, but I don't think that we have covered ourselves in glory the way we did it.
All right, moving further now. For the former governor of Zamfara State, Abdulaziz Yari, the maxim that there is no permanent friend nor enemy in politics is more than lip service. Yari, who fell out with Senator Kabiru Marafa and another chieftains of the All Progressive Congress, APC, before the 2019 general election, said he's ready to mend fences with their aggrieved political associates. Speaking after meeting with the APC caretaker committee in Abuja, Yari added that this could, however, be problematic as many of those against him are already serving in the People's Democratic Party administration in the states. So it is still a long way to reconciliation. But before we go into the discussion, let's show you the crowd of APC supporters at Bakura primary election for the constituency by-election coming up on the 31st of October. this is like a show of force. Now, okay, let me explain this crowd to you. This is a backward local government where a State House of Assembly seat is vacant. State House of Assembly is vacant, and this is like a primary election to choose the candidates ahead of the election slated for 31st of October, as is done nationwide now. So this is like a primary election to choose who is going to be the candidate within the All Progressive Congress. Now, saying the force now, this state is being ruled by the People's Democratic Party.
Yes.
And it's like a show of force to show you that APC is so much on ground.
The party to beat.
The party to beat, because the judiciary, actually, the Supreme Court verdict actually took everything away from the All Progressive Congress, and they didn't feel candidates they didn't have candidate for the governorship,
now,
State House of Assembly,
died.
National Assembly.
Someone died, and that,
someone died in that State House of Assembly, and the thing is now opened. So for APC to participate, this is what you get.
So they are excited that there's an opportunity
for them to show
that the party is still very much strong in the state.
Like Zamfara is a one-party state.
That's what it used to be. But the one-party state, the PDP came from a losing position to become the ruling party in the state.
No, APC.
Because APC.
Yes.
Yes, I'm getting to that because APC created problems within themselves.
Members of APC
created problems. They did not agree during the primaries, and at the end of the day, some of their members, it was this Kabiru Marafa that went to court. And he was even gloating that, yes, I'm happy that my party has been disqualified. I've never seen where it happened. He was even mentioning the name of the president. I told the president. The president was aware that I was going to court. So, Kabiru Marafa now is like every APC member lost out. YARI lost out. They could have won all of those elections easily, if not for the crisis.
If you look at the results of the election,
the main election,
you will
the gap was huge.
You will see that, look, the
gap was huge. But this is a chance to say, look, this is a chance to make a statement that, yes, we have been kicked out of power. You know what surprised me, Ayo? There was a man who defected to the PDP from APC in Zamfara. They now had a meeting. He went back to the meeting and was crying. I was crying that I've come back. Take me back.
He went back to the APC meeting?
Yes. After they lost out in this Zamfara, he went to join the PDP. Maybe when he saw clearly that, look, people are still very much with this party, he went back there and was crying. I saw the video. He said, take me back, forgive me. I made the wrong move.
Was it that his life and everything depended on APC?
No, those guys, you see, the thing is, give them all the money in the world. You can't use money to defeat. Go to BENUE now and think you can give people money to go and vote for any party that is not APC. Try it now. Go to Yobe, spend all the money in Central Bank. Let us see whether you can defeat APC there. I know what I'm talking about.
It's like a movement.
They don't even want to listen. They don't want to listen. This is a fact. It's not individual that I'm talking about. You know, since 1999.
Always like AMPP.
In Zamfara State, when their governor defected to the PDP, Mahmuda Shinkafi, what happened to him? He was not re-elected. He defected. Sitting governor defected to PDP. Mahmuda Shinkafi, he was not re-elected.
Cyril, let's look back. Let's look back and look at the travails of YARI, Kabiru Marafa in that place, and what happened to like River State, happened to them, and this is the result we are getting now.
Now, I'm glad you brought this up. I remember that there was also an intervention at the instance of the vice president in the Marafa-YARI face-off. Mr. Marafa was very clear. In fact, all the way he was clear. He said, these are my terms and conditions. He was very clear. It took those internal wranglings and those internal challenges to dissipate the party's momentum.
Court cases.
Yes. And I do not think that those issues have to be properly dealt with. If a party has that strong base, that capacity, yes, I mean,
by election,
you can look at the groundswell.
Yes.
This is what you call grassroots mobilization.
Crowd.
You know. So, but the fact is that if they've not taken care of these internal issues, it doesn't take much. It may not even be something that comes at the ballot. It could well be a replay.
Something can just bust.
Just go to, and the fact is this: you see, when people in a party are at loggerheads, somebody within the party could even be working against the interests of the party, just to spite another a rival power, to prove that for as long as I want to be dominant in this party, I will make sure that you know. So
because the PDP are not fools.
That's what happened to Marafa.
No,
PDP are not fools too.
Of course.
When that thing was going on, some of them were encouraging them, goading them. Don't listen. Don't listen.
For justice.
No,
For
let the
justice.
case continue.
For justice.
They were pushing. Just as we had
And
that.
because they knew they stood no chance.
Just as we had that even in Rivers.
Yes.
That Governor Wike was pushing that those court cases, must go on because he knew that it would benefit.
Ultimately,
from,
they won't have
those,
HPC to
yes,
contend with.
Yes, and that's what
contend
happened in Zamfara.
African Something Party.
So, but the truth is, at the end now,
Showrens Party.
at the end now, what we have is a situation in which the MARAFA, the current governor of Zamfara, has done his best, to reach out to elements loyal to MARAFA, and a lot of those elements loyal to MARAFA have been incorporated into his government, given appointment, secretary to state government.
To settle down.
Yes. So, but MARAFA has refused to decamp.
He's still with this.
He's still with APC.
Is
That's
that
what this man is saying, that,
It's a
that they are not loyal anymore. A lot of them are working for this. So what are we reconciling?
No, again, but if you just allow me,
Briefly, please.
in this sort of negotiation or in this sort of reconciliation move, people will always negotiate from a point of strength. Anybody who comes to the table from a point of weakness is doomed.
Yes.
And you can see this undercurrents. One person his body is in this party, but his feet is elsewhere. You have to be very careful of such things.
All right. Today's episode of Journalist Hangout Midweek Special is on the ongoing construction of Penn Cinema flyover in Lagos. The work in progress regarding the construction of the bridge, which began in 2017, demonstrate the beauty of continuity in governance. The present administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is determined to deliver the project early. TVC News Ayoyemika Adeniyi gives us updates on the level of work done so far.
A bridge is defined as a structure built to span a physical obstacle, such as a body of water, valley, or road, without closing the way underneath. In a state like Lagos with about 21 million residents, a bridge is a necessity if people are to move around comfortably. The Lagos state government, noting this, under the administration of ex-governor Akinwumi Ambode in December 2017, started the construction of the Agege Penn Cinema flyover to reduce travel time for residents of Ifako-Ijaye, Agege, and Alemosho local government area.
The essence of this bridge is to relieve motorists and passerby of the traffic gridlock being experienced during peak hours, mostly in the morning. If you are coming from Abulegba going towards Secretariat, or you are coming from Balogun going to Fagba site. So we experience a lot of great work around these Penn Cinema intersections. So in view of that, Lagos State government decided to construct a flyover across the intersection of Iju Road as well as Lagos Abeokuta, Lagos Old Abeokuta Road.
Bearing in mind that government is indeed a continuum, the special advisor to present Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu on works and infrastructure, Aramide Adeyoye, assured that all ongoing and uncompleted projects inherited from past administrations, especially the immediate past administration, will be completed. The bridge has since been in the works, and like the saying, before something good comes forth, difficult moments will be endured. Commuters have had to ply other roads, which has resulted in increased traffic in the area.
This area, anything from 5 p.m. in the evening is almost congested.
We only have traffic problem here, and definitely this project we are going to free from traffic.
In terms of we as a national union So during the project is going on, we really find the sales difficult.
However, they comfort themselves with the end goal.
When construction is going like this, it will be a little bit difficult for people to move around, but we hope in the next maybe about 2 months, as we are seeing the job, everything will be okay, we'll be enjoying it. All the people that are living around Agege, we know with the few days come now, we will enjoy the bridge.
In fact, it's going to be easy because people going to the other side, they'll follow bridge on upper the bridge to Abule side to Okuoba, so the traffic will free from traffic.
With this new development now, I believe that by the time they finish this thing now, this overhead bridge they are doing now, I believe that there are going to be a movement of vehicles and the rate of traffic will reduce, and the economic will boost also.
Tí ó bá dẹ̀ ti sí go slow ní ibùdókọ̀ wa yìí àwọn èèyàn máa wọ mọ́tò because wọ́n máa ti mọ̀ pé táwọn bá débí ọ̀nà máa free kò ní sí go slow.
Earlier this year, when TVC News visited the site, Governor Sanwo-Olu appealed to citizens and residents around the area to bear with the government a little bit more and cooperate with the contractor in order to aid the quick completion of the bridge. He also gave a deadline of October 2020 for contractors to finish construction.
We appreciate the contractor. We've also been able to drive a lot of commitment from them. And let's use the dry season to see how we complete this bridge very, very quickly.
I decided to visit the site again to see how far work has gone. It is a 1.4-kilometer bridge that spans across Iju Road to Old Abeokuta Road with a ramp towards the Abule-Egba axis. Residents say that the construction of this road will make life easier.
This bridge takes motorists coming from Obo Guju End to Abule-Egba. Then on this axis is Okokoto bound. So if you are moving from Ikeja to Ipaja, you use the flyover, drop at Okekoto, then if you turn right, you are heading to Yanokwaja. So, and if you turn left, you are going towards Ocho, axis. So that's the concept.
With rail infrastructure, road infrastructure, and now a bridge in the Agege area, it is expected that upon completion of the flyover, there will not only be an improvement in traffic management in the area, but also a rise in real estate value in Agege and neighboring communities. Quality of life will also improve because bridge construction forms part of items 9 and 11 of the Sustainable Development Goals, which seek to deliver a smart community. Ayoyimika Adeni, TVC News, Lagos.
One of the landmark projects there, and hopefully by October. But don't forget, it's one of the signature projects of former Governor Akinwumi Ambode.
Yes,
and
as well as the airport road.
Yes.
The sumptuous airport road. A real pride of Lagos. Very beautiful.
That's international airport.
Yes, international airport. At least it's a good thing. We need, if a few years back, if you passed on that road, passed through that road, you will see the need for this bridge because of the congestion there and the robberies that used to happen there.
Dense, population density in that area, Pensinema.
Yes,
Abule-Egba.
they not so rich people
like
to live in that area.
So
it's a good thing, and we appreciate the governor for
making it
for not abandoning the project,
yes.
You know, for making it a priority, and we are confident that
they work day and night
quickly.
Sir,
no, the fact is that whatever can be thrown at traffic congestion in Lagos should be thrown at it. More fly in a state like my state, Rivers State, Port Harcourt, people are debating with the governor. We don't need flyovers anymore. You know, we don't need flyovers anymore. Why construction another? But you know, so the fact is, our cities are in need. Population is increasing. Yeah. Urban centers will continue to explode and expand.
Port Harcourt is fast becoming another Lagos.
I mean, just look at people say that how many people come to Lagos every minute now? Or even every minute I think into Lagos about 90 plus will come into. So you find that people are coming and the cities are getting more.
Most of them don't go back.
They don't go back.
They don't go back.
They are coming to
and
stay.
These cities are getting more and more competitive. And so traffic, transport, everything, we commend the governor for, taking this up. Yes. Yeah. And for making sure that, the quality, that work, that the kind of work that is going on is quality work, is good work, If you also look at the length of the bridge, it is also quite instructive because it doesn't look like a quick fix solution. This is a
it's longer than the Abule Egba Bridge.
It is actually going to endure. This is
it's longer. That shows you that they really want to solve that problem.
Yeah, permanently.
Yes. Wale Adeoye attempted to join us earlier. Thank you, Wale. We'll be with you some other time. And Cyril, thank you for bailing us out.
My pleasure. Anytime. And all the time.
And BK himself, the maestro.
Thanks.
And that's our offering today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. You can watch the repeat broadcast tonight at 11. You can also watch Journalist Hangout on our platform showing on the screen. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. Our feedback channel is Journalist Hangout at tvcnews.tv. I'm Ayodele Zubaku. Bye for now, and God bless Nigeria.